before and I don't care if I say it again. Had to block that person. That was probably fake until they prove to me that they're not fake. They keep telling me they're real. I've been in contact with them basically day in, day out since December 2019. The odd time they just ignore me. They've ignored me the past few days, and they've ignored me before for over a week or for over a couple of days, so I don't know what's going on with them. I know come next week they'll come crawling back, you know, and then if they don't, they'll probably, and if I don't help them out again next week, they'll probably go, okay, let's try it with someone else or whatever. Let's, you know, like, I just want to know if they're real or not, and I just don't know. I'm in that position where I don't know if they're real. That's why I had to block them. And it's not the first time I blocked them, it's the second time I blocked them, so that way I won't be messaging. So if things don't change, just adios, you know. At the end of the day, you know, maybe I'm destined not to be with her, you know. If she doesn't exist, I certainly won't be. I can't be with a person that doesn't exist anyway. Let's get into the Snooker19. Let's stop talking about my personal life all the time, because it's very personal to me. It means a lot to me, you know. Today is the 15th, Thursday the 15th, almost Friday the 16th. It's hard to believe another week is over. This month has gone quite slow though, to be honest with you. There's like another, it's basically another 2 weeks before this month is over, and then July, and then hopefully Wimbledon I think starts in about 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever it is, you know, and I'm really looking forward to it, you know. Anyway, let's get into the Snooker19, because I know for a fact if I was to go on to Friday, Magical mightn't play with me, or, you know, I need to give her space now and again, you know, and I do give her space, you know. Don't expect to play with her 7 days a week, 24/7, you know. I know I lost this match, so it's going to be a different tournament it's going to go into. That was from yesterday. Yeah. That was a disappointing match, you know. I could have easily won that match. I could have easily beaten Mark Selby, but I just didn't play good enough. I think my frame of mind and all that stuff just wasn't in a good place. It's not particularly in a good place right now. But I know what I want. And I know I can't be with two women at the same time, you know. I have no intentions of being with two women at the same time, you know. So let's just hope that the one that I really should be with works out, or else I'll end up being with the other one, you know. So now one is definitely real and one I'm not so sure if they're real or not, and that's all I want to know, and then make my decision, you know.
Hello and welcome.
Don't want to wake up, you know, and
real hotbed of snooker. It's round one.
You know, 10, 20 years time, and
playing for the Alex Higgins Trophy, named after the legendary.
Thank you, ladies
still
and
stuck here
gentlemen.
trying to play my debts, you know, and trying to get out of here. 20 years time. It'll be too late for me then, you know. My life would be virtually over, like, you know, even though people do live longer these days, and I hope I do live a long life, you know, and that's what I want, you know, because I think I deserve to live as long as possible, you know, like well into my hundreds. Whether I do or not, that's a different story, but I hope I do, you know. Right now I need to enjoy this game and just pray that things work out for whoever I end up with, and hopefully if they're both real I make the right decision.
He'll want to try and eliminate someone like that. I
don't want to make the wrong decision and then regret it for the rest of my life, you know.
One.
You know what I mean? Anyway, okay. And I know somebody will probably come in here and go out again.
This looks pretty simple.
Like they always do. Somebody comes in here and they watch my stream for about 5 seconds and then they go. They don't stay. I think it's... I don't know who it is. It could be anybody. It could be somebody from YouTube. I don't know who it is. It's just somebody that just comes in And I think he does it to a lot of people's streams. He goes into the streams and then disappears, you know. But it's mostly when I'm playing this game. Like, if I'm playing Friday...
Nicely onto the blank.
Nobody's gonna come in and disappear. They'll come in and they'll watch or whatever. Like, yeah, and I want to mind you, yesterday a friend of mine called Hunter, even though I don't really know him personally, came in and stayed for a while, but then he left a few messages and then he left, and I was so disappointed, you know.
He's taking the black on.
And it's true what Forrest Gump says. It's a very true fact. Life is like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get, because you don't. It's the truth. You know, I think it's absolutely the truth.
An easy one, but a half chance.
You know?
What a fabulous pop that is.
Great positional shot. He'll be happy with that.
21.
It wasn't the best of shots I played there.
24.
But I think I can sneak this red into the middle. I am kind of suffering though.
He's taking the pot on. 25.
Some form of head cold or something I have, you know.
This is really tricky. No problems with the rest there.
I don't like being sick, but I'm not necessarily sick. I'm just like, I can hardly breathe. Like what friend Magical was saying yesterday, you know, or should I say this morning, like about
Half a chance,
whatever,
but
you know,
chance
a couple
nonetheless.
hours ago. And she goes, "Oh,
That's a
I'll be back."
ball.
Well,
She hardly ever
played
comes back when she says that, you know.
Superb positional shot.
She said she comes back. She hardly ever comes back, you know. Like she says that a lot. Like, you know, the last maybe month or so since I got to know her, you know. Oh, I'll be back in an hour or so, and then the hour goes by and then she doesn't come back, and then you're like, okay, she didn't come back,
36.
you know, and it just irritates me, you know. Just why say that, like, to your friends? If you're not gonna come back, you know, don't say it, you know.
Now, can he drop this?
You're not
into the
gonna
right
come back
corner?
an hour later. Don't say you're gonna come back in an hour and then you don't, you know.
Brimming with confidence and a bit of a roller.
37.
But I'm telling you now, she says it a lot, you know.
Just wants to sink this into the left corner pocket.
And I'm sorry I blocked
Not really what he was intending.
that
He
fake
lost position here.
person that I was talking about.
44.
Sometimes you gotta block people for a reason, you know, and just see if they learn their lesson and come back and
Well, he's
start
taking
treating
on.
you with a bit of respect, and if they don't, then just good luck. Like
And what a beauty he's picked up there.
the other girl I was talking about yesterday on stream here respects me like there's no tomorrow. Like, it's amazing, you know. And I don't really want to be with the other girl, but at the end of the day I want to be with somebody. I don't want to be on my own for the rest of my life.
Loose
know.
play like that isn't what you'd expect from a player.
The same for 45.
Well, that's one thing. I definitely want us to be with somebody, you know. Don't want to,
Great shot.
because I'd wake up in a year's time, or 5 years' time, or 10 years' time, or 20 years' time, and I'm still stuck here trying to decide who I want to be with, and they're still like messaging me and like I'm, you know, I'm too old, and they're like in their 50s and whatever, and I'm like, oh my god, what the hell is going on? Like, you know, I want things to happen, you know. I want the next step to happen, as in meet either of them,
Well, he's taking the
and
red
be
on.
with one of them, or even meet both of them, and then decide who I want to be with, you know.
Beautiful pot.
Simple as that, you know.
Nice.
If both of them are real, well, then it's going to be a tough decision, you know, because
One or two mistakes
You know.
starting to creep into his game. He needs to adjust his focus here.
I'm okay. I can just hardly breathe here. This apartment is These apartments are just so old. And so stuffy and so dusty and all that shit, you know. Can't even open windows in here, and when I do, fucking moths and stuff come in. I have to
Pop this into the right corner.
get out of here eventually, you know.
Nicely done.
He's clearing pretty well here.
One.
He'll be
course.
fuming about that.
We know that red's not going to go because that was a dreadful shot I played there.
8. The same for 5.
I don't want type of shot you played there. Good way.
Really tough shot.
You don't find it hard to breathe.
All that well.
I find it extremely difficult to breathe sometimes in this apartment, and right now I'm
Pop
finding
this
it
into the left corner pocket.
extremely difficult, you know. It's like as if somebody's choking me right now. That's what it feels like, you know. It's the worst feeling in the world to, like, gasping for breath, and that's what I'm doing right now, you know, and that's why I probably need to get checked out in the hospital, you know.
He's tempted by this red.
I'm sure it's nothing serious. I'd say it's just hay fever or bronchitis or whatever, you know.
That
I don't
could
think-
have finished a little better.
1.
Black ball required.
Means no way back in this frame for his opponent.
I don't think it's anything too serious, but I'm telling you, there's sometimes, like, I can't breathe and I end up having panic attacks, and I've had them before, you know. I've been out, like, and I've said this, well, I haven't said it
He's
to
using
the
rest
to
here,
the
which
AFL,
makes it a little more challenging.
but, like, oh my god,
Well
you know,
played.
it's like,
That was made more difficult
you know.
due to the rest being used.
9.
and it is horrible when you have a panic attack. When you're out somewhere or you're in your apartment and you can't fucking breathe and you're like, you feel as if you're about to die, like, it's horrible. It's the worst feeling in the world, you know.
Who would have predicted that? Truly remarkable
What a
shot.
shot.
14. He's aiming for the left corner here. 21. No more than half a chance here. The same for 5. 21.
You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. It could be to do with my neck as well, like, it's
And
kind
that
of
is the
restricting me
frame.
from breathing
Well
too, you know,
played.
because I have arthritis and because my neck is restricted from moving it back and around and all that, and I know if I got treatment, I know my neck
The same for 5.
would be unrestricted and I'd be able to breathe better and all that, and that could be why as well. I probably can't breathe properly, you know. God only knows, but you know, it's difficult sometimes, you know.
It looks like he's trying to get the cue ball tight on the cushion here.
It's a bad shot you played, Mr. Hugo, but I'm fine. Like, I just, like, got not major pain in my knees, but sometimes, you know. But I know I need
He's
to
aiming
get that
to slip
treatment,
this into the right corner.
you know. And if I got that treatment,
1. He's aiming for the left corner here.
if I get that stem cell treatment, I'll be so happy, you know.
Wonderful pot. Outstanding effort.
But at the same time, you know, I don't want to be a burden to my poor sister either, you know, like. But I know she's like my rock to me, and I feel as though JESSICA is also my rock, because, but if JESSICA doesn't help me soon, then it's like, What are you lying for? You know? Like, I hate liars. I hate people that say one thing and they do another, you know? Just irritates me, you know?
This into the right corner pocket.
And then she's telling me to calm down, and then she's promising me the sun, moon and the stars. Like, what's the point of promising somebody?
Same before. No.
Like, I didn't even ask her when she goes yesterday. Oh, I'll help you, I'll help you. And it's like, probably 24 hours or almost 48 hours later or whatever, you know, and still no help, like, you know. Like, if you're gonna help me, help me. If you're not, don't help me, you know. Simple, you know. Don't say one thing and do another, like, you know. And my sister needs to get that
6.
transaction done, you know. Even if it takes 10 days or 2 weeks or whatever it takes. I went online yesterday on a transaction from her country to my country. As in my sister's country to my country. Says online only takes a few days, but I think it takes longer than that. But I don't think it takes 2 weeks somehow.
14.
But if it does, that's fine. I can wait till the end of the month, you know. And that's working days, I think. It's not. It doesn't count weekends or bank holidays in this part of the world. Somebody's.
Hugo 14.
If somebody's sending the money for the first time, like, I was surprised when she offered, like.
He'll be playing safe here. That's a pretty careless foul there.
You know, it's just weird when family member, like, okay, they're not blood or anything, but my sister at the end of the day. And when somebody, like a sister, like, offers to help you, like, it's amazing. But I'm just afraid she'd be like the other person, oh, I'll help you, and then the days go by, and then a week goes by, and then 2 weeks go by, and then you're like, what the hell, like, you know? And then you remind them, well, wait, you offered to help me, I didn't ask you. So that's why I'm now asking, because you offered to help me. I'm not holding a gun to your head, I'm not forcing you to help you. You offered in the first place, you know, you had a good chat on the phone for over an hour, and you went, yeah, I'll help you, you know? Like, what's the point saying, well, this is what irritates me in this world as well about people. People say one thing to me, whether it's my family or whoever it is, and then they do another. Like my best friend as well. She says, oh, I'll meet up, and then she doesn't. The weeks just go by, and, like, I haven't seen her now. Realistically, probably since probably before Easter, probably even March or even February or even January, you know, a long time, you know. And it's crazy 11. Because I went out there one day to see her, you know. Like, it's not fair, you know, and I can't live life like this. I can't live life relying on people who just let me down all the time, you know. Like, it's like as if I'm going to be on my own for the rest of my life, you know, as if I can't trust anybody. And right now,
he's looking at this red.
I can't trust that fake person.
That's really
close,
but not quite close enough.
Because I really do. Realistically, right now, I think they're as fake as anything. You know, I don't think they're real.
Not an easy one, but a half chance.
Before, I thought they were real, you know.
He's missed the pot.
Thought they were the real deal, like, you know, but now I've come to realise, no. If they're real, you know, they'd get a job or whatever, and they'd get their phone fixed.
No,
and they'd video call me on a regular basis, you know. That's what you do when you're in contact with somebody that you want to spend the rest of your life with for so long. Get your phone fixed, video call each other. Doesn't cost you a penny on WhatsApp or Instagram or whatever, you know, whatever networking site you're on, you know. People do it all around the world, you know. That's why they have these social network sites for people, so that you can talk to people for free. It doesn't cost you a penny. Otherwise, if you make a phone call to that person, it's going to cost you a fortune. You know, if I was to ring my sister in South Africa now, it would cost me a fortune if I was to ring so-called fake person It would cost me a fortune if I was to ring
Oh, what a shot!
the person that's helped me already and wants to help me again, even though I don't think they're going to help me again, but I hope they do. You know, it would cost me a fortune too. But South Africa would be really expensive, you know. That's why, like I said, you have these social network apps, you know.
Not an easy one, but a half chance.
You know,
That's
simple.
a top shot.
You have these
So
social
many
network
possible.
apps, so you can talk to people on it and it doesn't cost you a penny, and you could talk for hours on end and it will not cost you a penny, no matter what network you're on.
He's aiming to sink
Preferably
this into the right corner.
use Wi-Fi and it won't cost you a penny. If you use your network ringing them, it's going to cost you a fortune. Try and use Wi-Fi at all times and then it won't cost you a penny, you know.
He's going for the left corner pocket.
Anyway,
He'll want to try and tighten up his
you know what I mean? That's why because I
Same
think
for
this shit
60.
from me sending abroad needs to stop. That's why I need to go abroad, and I don't mean to FRNC, I mean to see my sister. I need to go abroad for about a month or two, you know, because I am sure there's a channel that my sister has, that somebody has in South Africa, that you can watch the tennis on, that I shouldn't have to rush back here after a couple of weeks.
Half a chance.
You know, and I'm sure there's a channel as well that you can watch
Oh yes.
EastEnders and Home and Away on, you know, in her country too, you know. Like, if I'm going to visit my sister, I'm not going to rush back after a week. I'm going to stay a bit longer,
What a top shot.
you know.
that is.
I want, like,
Oh, wonderful
a
shot.
really, not just a holiday, but a really place where I can just think about life and just think about the future. And just say to myself, yeah, I hope to God when I get back that I can get out of that place for good. And I can spend the rest of my life with either this woman or this woman. And if they're both real, then I have to make a decision. And if they're not both real, if at the end of the day they're not both real and one of them doesn't be honest with me, as honest as the other one is, well then I have to go with the one and spend the rest of my life with the one
Just
that
wants
is
to
real.
sink this into the left
You know,
corner
I have
pocket.
so many decisions to make in my life, you know. It's so tough, you know. Like, I never thought in my wildest dreams that
This
I'd
is
be
a
in this
half
position, and I didn't even want to block the fake person, but
That's a
like,
fabulous call.
they're as
Yes,
fake
very
as
pleased with that shot.
they really are. I'm sorry, but they're really fake, you know.
16.
Like, they're not real, you know. That's my mindset now, and only way I'll know if they're real if they prove me wrong, you know. And if our so-called friend still keeps telling me she's real and all this shit, well then prove
22.
it. Get somebody's fucking phone, ring me on it, video call me on it, you know. Like, it's not rocket science, you know. Like, I'm sure there's a phone you can get off somebody
23.
that you can use to ring me on about every couple of days, you know. It's not rocket science. Ask her friend to give her the end of her phone to ring me on it. Like, Jesus, like, you know, prove to me that she's real. I don't need videos
Pop the pink.
of somebody saying to me that they're real. Like, anybody can go onto the internet and find pictures of somebody. It's the truth, though. Anybody can go onto the internet.
The same for 5.
Like, somebody could go on the internet now and find a picture of me and pretend to be me, you know, and then start messaging, like, hacking, say, my Instagram or my Facebook and start messaging you one, pretending to be me,
Just
you
wants
know.
to ensure he gets this
You know what I mean?
tight to the
Like
cushion
somebody did
with this
before
shot.
to you know who, and they did. You know, people have hacked my Instagram before and my Facebook and my Twitter and my emails and all that, you know, so, you know,
He's played that
and that's the
ball.
truth, you know. 2 of my Facebooks have been hacked over the past 20 years or whatever, and 2 of my Instagrams have been hacked, and my Facebook's been hacked. It's probably my 3rd
6.
Facebook I have now, you know. Don't think my Twitter's been hacked, you know, but there you go, you know. All those accounts that I just mentioned have been hacked over the past 20 years.
6.
By somebody I know as well. Like, it's crazy, you know. And probably by other people too. That's unlucky where that yellow landed.
He'll be disappointed with that.
This is a chance.
This looks relatively straightforward.
This looks relatively straightforward. You know? Like, I love...
2.
should I say, I loved... Sorry. I have to rephrase that term. I loved that person up until yesterday.
5.
And then as soon as they started bullshitting to me about this, that and the other, I just said to myself...
That
like,
could cost him.
Like, who in the world... This is what I want to know, people, and you can comment on whatever if you're watching this stream or watch the stream in the future. Who in the world doesn't have a fridge? You know, like...
He's aiming for the left corner here.
Every single living person has a fridge. Like, this person goes to me,
Great cue.
oh, you're lucky you have a fridge and all this shit, you know. Every single living person,
4.
whether they're living alone or living with people, have fridges. If you don't have a
Spot
fridge,
to leave his opponent
there's something wrong with you and all your food is going to go off. You know, you have to have a fridge for your vegetables and your yogurts and your milk and your butter and stuff like that, you know, and your ice cream, whatever. Like, if you don't have a fridge, well, you don't put ice cream in the fridge, put ice cream in the freezer, you know what I mean? But still, you know what I mean? It's crazy, you know, you don't...
15.
You don't lie to somebody that you want to spend the rest of your life with.
This is
you
a
know?
half chance.
And then making excuses about your phone, you know. Oh, I don't have a camera on my phone. Oh, by the way, I don't have a fridge, you know. Like, that's just bullshit, you know, and I'm sorry, but it is.
That's the frame
You
in
know?
the bag.
Like, a load of baloney, you know. Like, that's lying.
This will be worrying for
Like,
his opponent.
lying, and lying through her teeth, you know.
Hugo to break.
And I just don't like people lying to me, you know.
This is not easy.
That's a good opening red.
Yeah, okay.
1.
You know, that's all I have to say about the situation, you know. I'm not going to say any more about the situation. You know?
That could have finished a little better.
5.
Half a chance here. Oh, so close. He needed some luck there, and he didn't get it.
The same the 5.
Like if
5.
Like if in a few days, like say
1.
Monday or Tuesday, or even the weekend or whatever, she comes back and she goes, I'm literally fucking
Taste
absolutely
very important.
suffocating there. I can hardly breathe right now, you know. Anyway,
6.
as I was saying, if your one from abroad really loves me and really wants to spend the next 50, 60, 70, 90 years with me and open a cafe abroad, fucking get a land of somebody's fucking phone. You know, whether it's your fucking mother, whether it's your brother, whether it's your friend, whether it's somebody you know, whoever it is, just get a land of somebody's phone. Don't make excuses. You know, like if God, like, you know, like I could have easily had the money to get my phone fixed, you know. Like, phones
14.
doesn't cost a fortune to get a phone fixed, you know. You know what I mean? Like, €100 in this country might be more
21.
in her country, I don't know. Well, it depends what phone you have. If you got a real old phone, it's probably cheaper to fix, you know. And I think she had an iPhone 5 or something. So she said, well, I don't know what to believe, you know. But just like, don't make excuses. Like, I'm just sick of that shit. And I've been hearing it for the past 3.5 years, and I'm just sick of it, like, you know. And I'm only realising now that she's just full of shit, and she's just not the real deal, you know. Like,
1.
even if she says to me she's real, like, how can she be real? Like, you know, so many people have told me, you know, that she's not real, and I have to realise it myself when I'm opening up my eyes and realise she's not real. And the only way, like I said before, that she is real if she just proves it to me, you know.
Tough shot coming
Video
up.
calls me, you know. You know, and then I'll know she's real,
Not what he
you
was
know.
hoping for.
And then I can, you know,
9.
take a screenshot of the video call or whatever, and I can go, okay, she's real. And then it's a different story altogether, you know.
He's taking this on.
But otherwise, you know, like, forget about it, you know.
No, not this time.
Like,
Close, but a miss nonetheless.
I will be in this situation for the rest of my life until I stop sending money to her.
Same for 5.
If
9.
she doesn't prove me wrong. It's as simple as that, you know, and I can't live like this. I can't live, you know, sending €200 a week, you know. And she knows that I can't work until I get my knee and my neck sorted, you know.
1.
I'm not getting the treatment with the injections. I was doing that for years, and I just got fed up with it, you know. And then I didn't have a medical card. Like, that would cost me a fortune to get them in the chemist, €144 or something each time to buy them, or €200 or whatever.
Well,
and then
this match is getting away from him.
and then to go
He
into
needs
the
to find his
doctor,
form, and fast.
€50 to €100 just to see a doctor every time you go and visit one if you don't have a medical card. And I can't afford any of that shit, you know. So that's why my health is probably the way it is today. It's not like bad or anything, but it's just, you know, it's not 100% either at the same time, you know.
1.
But anyway, you know, that's not here nor there, you know. Just
Well, no surprises here with the long pot attempt. What a magnificent pot that is.
I just wish, you know,
Really well played.
she would just do me that favour. And
6.
as for the person that wants to help me, I don't know why she doesn't
Pop
just
this into the left corner pocket.
set up a WhatsApp account, let me call her, take it from there, you know.
7.
Simple, you know. It's not rocket science, you know.
He's playing the pot here. So close, but he's missed it. That'll annoy him.
You know what I mean? It's not rocket science to have a
Same for 5.
WhatsApp account, you know. Most people in the entire world have one, you know. He's messaging me now.
One.
Anyway, I'm not going to say anymore, you know. I'm just going to see what happens the next few days, you know. Like I said to her friend, you know. She had
7.
like more than enough money to get her phone fixed last week, and more than enough again to get it fixed this week, you know. Like, I just don't understand it, you know. I really don't, you know.
13.
Like, an iPhone 5S compared to an iPhone 8 would be so much cheaper to get it fixed. If it's only the screen that's broken and whatever else, get the bloody thing fixed, you know. It's not rocket science. Get
14.
your bloody friend to pay. If I can pay her back, just get your bloody friend to pay. It's simple. It's not bloody rocket science, you know. Like, what more, you know, do you want? Like, you know, like, it's 3.5 years and it's just like as if we're just going around in circles. Like, it's not going anywhere because we haven't even seen what each other looks like in real life. She knows what I look like because I sing for her all the time, and I'm not going to sing anymore for her because I'm not going to sing to a person and they could be a fucking man, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing singing to a bloody man, you know? That's what scares me, you know.
26.
I'm not saying that she is a man, but just imagine if she was, you know.
I'm not sure what's going on, but he's not on top of his game right now.
Just imagine, like, it would freak the hell out of me, you know.
Ashley Hugel, 26.
Like, you know, that's all I have to say. I'm not going to say anymore
this pot into the
about
right
the
corner.
situation because it is kind of private, you know.
In it goes.
It's my own private business, basically, you know. It's not really anything to do with anyone else, you know.
1.
And people have got to realise that my private business is my business and no one else's, you know. At this moment in time,
He won't be too happy with his
I
position
won't
here.
be going to that country anytime soon, you know.
7.
Now that's a poor shot.
The same for 5, 7. One.
Justice Brown required now.
Close, but not quite.
Ashley Hugill, 1.
This should be easy enough. Well positioned for the green.
2.
Okay. I just need to kind of roll this in as slowly as
That's a
possible.
loose shot.
Oh,
Just seems to be struggling for
my
form.
God.
The same for 5, 2.
So, Justice Green required.
I'm not going to give up yet
That
because
should mean
I can play
no
on for
way back
snookers.
into this frame for his
There
opponent.
is a way back, David Hand, in snookers,
3.
you know. I only need one snooker, you know. There's 22 on the table, 25 in it, so all I need to do is play a really good snooker
Ashley Hugill,
and I can
3.
get back into this frame, you know. Now, here we go.
That might be a very expensive.
Frame
Conceding that
conceded.
frame, I didn't know that was going to happen.
Ashley Hugill.
I was expecting the
played to
pink to
take
go
that
top
frame.
cushion, the brown to go around the table, but that
Thank
wasn't
you.
the case, you know.
The same for 5.
Like I said earlier, you just don't know what to expect in life, you know, and you don't. 'Cause life is like a box of chocolates, you don't know what you're going to get, you know. And right now, 15, 16, whatever date it is right now of June 2023, yeah, I don't know what the future holds, you know. But I hope to God it holds that I spend the rest of my life with a beautiful woman, and I hope to God it's one of them, you know. I don't really want to be with an Irish woman at this stage of my life, you know.
This really is tricky.
No,
And I'm sure
not
there's
quite.
many
Pretty
beautiful
close,
Irish
though,
women that I
but won't
probably would
provide
like to be
any
with if I
solace.
saw them, you know, but I haven't found a woman like that I can clearly say that will look after me and spend the rest of my life with me and all that stuff, and that we could open up a cafe together, you know. There are other options, you know, but I don't want to live in America either, you know. That's one thing that can't
He's
happen.
taking this on.
Not the best split. He'll be
No
disappointed
problem
with that.
staying there for a while or whatever, but I'm not going to live there permanently, you know. Don't want to be resident of America, you know. No, thank you, you know.
He's taking this green on.
Most dangerous country in the world, you know.
Outstanding effort.
He couldn't have played that any better. Well, that's an unforced error.
5.
He could well leave an opportunity if he's not careful.
Not what he intended at all. He'll be annoyed with that.
The same for 5, 5.
He's looking to pop this into the right corner. That hasn't really worked out at all.
2.
That's a really good escape and a great result.
Ashley Hugill, 2.
He's taking on the long red to the corner pocket.
One.
Tricky pot coming up.
Not the ideal result, but it could have been worse.
Could have been better too.
8. A same of 5, 8. One.
This should be pretty straightforward.
Oh my god. You know? It's just like as if I can't breathe here right now, you know? Gasping for breath right now, you know? But I'm okay. But it is difficult to breathe sometimes, you know? Because
Tricky shot here.
my neck is kind of restricted, you know?
Ashley Hugo, 8.
He's aiming for the left corner here. Beautiful.
Ooh.
Not really the level of control he was after there. Lost the cue ball a little.
1.
No more than half a chance here. Brilliant. Simply brilliant.
And the cue ball has finished very nicely.
4. 5.
This is really tricky.
That's an excellent pot.
Great cueing there.
Well.
He's going for the left corner pocket. That's a top shot. Well played.
He seems full of confidence at the moment.
13.
This is really tricky. That split is not bad at all. Great opportunity.
17. 18.
'He's aiming to sink this into the right corner. That's a top shot.
He's playing very well here.
21.
So, this pot into the right corner.
A same of 5, 21.
Good chance to get a foot in the door here.
One. 6. 7.
Very nicely done.
9.
I'm not sure how he missed that.
Ashley Hugo, 9.
He's attempting to sink this into the left corner pocket. Well, an excellent pot.
Great technique, superb cueing.
1.
This is not easy. Would you believe it?
5.
There's a good chance he'll leave an opportunity for his opponent here.
Well, he's got out of the snooker. Left an opportunity here.
A same of 5, 5.
Well, that's an unforced error, and it could cost him.
1.
Very important pot, this. No way back into this frame for his opponent now.
8.
He's playing the pot here.
The same for 5, 8.
He's looking to get the cue ball safe and tight to the cushion here. He'll be trying to get the cue ball safe here. Foul, and that could cost him.
Foul. The same for 5, 4.
He doesn't fancy this, and he's handed it back to his opponent.
That's a shocker.
Two.
He's lining this up into the left centre pocket.
Five.
Half a chance here.
Nine.
Well, I'm not surprised he's taking on the long pot here. Great pot.
Very nicely done.
14.
This is a tricky one along the cushion.
On another day that pink would have went in, you know.
Same for 5. Frame conceded. Frame, the same for 5.
I knew it. Sure, that pen makes me sick. Yes. Smell of that pen from the throat. You know? Oh.
And now the frame is his.
Thank you, the 5th frame. Ashley Hugo to break.
Wait a second, let me just have a look. See who's in the party with Magical now. Probably won't let me, but let me just have a look and see.
He's taking on the long red to the corner. He's fortunate there.
1. Touching ball.
Not an easy one, but a half chance. Well, that's a top quality shot with the rest. Not easy at all.
8.
I'll just finish off this match first. I shouldn't have sent that fucking party request.
9.
What was I even thinking?
He just wants to slot this into the middle pocket.
14.
This won't be easy.
And he's missed that.
The same for 5, 14.
He's taking the red on. Missed pot.
One.
No more than half a chance here. He's missed it!
The same for 5, 1.
Nicely positioned for the black.
1. Eight. 9.
Well, that's an unforced error, and it could cost him.
Ashley Hugo, 9.
Tricky shot here.
That's really close, but not quite close enough. He's lining this one up to the middle pocket. He'll be looking to tighten up his game here.
Decent position to take on a colour here.
1. 8.
Well, he's taking it on to the left corner. Excellent shot.
What a wonderful pot.
9.
Easy pot missed. That should have gone down.
The same for 5, 9.
Now, can he drop this into the right corner? What a top pot that was.
1.
He'll be looking to get back into the frame here.
Like, it's not like...
Played it well.
It's not like I'm 50 points ahead or something, you know? It's not the best of shots he's played there.
6.
Mind you, he has a long blue to go for, or pink. Pink to the middle, or blue
This
to
is
the corner.
really tricky.
Pink to the middle, I thought so. Wow.
And he's missed it.
Can't believe he missed that pink, you know?
Ashley Hugo, 6.
Just hit it on wrong, you know? It's that simple, you know?
So, this pot's into the right corner.
And like I said about my love life isn't that simple, you know?
1.
Right now it's extremely complicated, you know?
This is no gimme. Not ideal.
Because what do you do
6.
when you have two women in your life, but you're not really in love with both of them? You're really in love with one, the one that isn't real, and the one that is real is in love with you, and you're kind of like, what the hell do I do, you know? it's so
Best
tough.
shot I've seen.
It's a real tough
A same
decision I have to make,
six.
you know. And the only reason why I said that to the SAFF, because
What?
I don't want them following me to the airport and then following me to South Africa if I do go. You know, like they did when I went to thing with Miss Grumpies, you know, they followed me to fucking
Nicely played.
bloody Glasgow and Edinburgh, you know, and that bloody irritated the hell out of me. That's over in Scotland, like, Jesus Christ, it ruined my whole holiday, you know, having a fucking staff member watching my every fucking move, like, you know, like,
He's
fucking
playing
hell,
poorly
like,
right now.
you know, God
And it's
forgive me,
costing him.
Lord, you know, but, oh,
Ashley Hugo.
and that's like
3.
way back in the day, you know, way back in the day, like,
1.
probably 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years ago. Way back, you know. And I just paid for the whole thing and
It's half a
somebody
chance,
booked it
but
for me in the
chance
job and
nonetheless.
God. I think it's the biggest mistake of my life.
8.
But I can tell you one thing and I can tell you now.
Tricky pot coming up.
I will be going to
What a pot!
if I want to, and no one will
Just
stop
look
me.
at that for a position.
And no
shot.
one will come with
Superb.
me because I don't want that happening. And I'll discuss it with them, I'll say. I've discussed it with my sister for a long time, you know.
This is not easy.
Nobody can stop me going to South Africa. I've gone before. Don't particularly
Well,
like it, but
I'm not sure that's
I
what you
need.
intended.
I just need to get away from here for a while, you know. I just feel.
50.
Just get away from Ireland for a while, you know. You know what I mean? Just get away from Ireland, get away from all the shit, you know, all the bullshit that's been going on the past couple of years in this apartment, because it has been.
To the right corner.
And it's been going on too long, and I just can't live like this anymore either. It's nothing to do with my love life, it's just my living situation. I just can't live here anymore. I hope to God when I come back that I'm not living here. That I get my stuff and I get the hell out of here permanently for good, because I just can't live in this apartment. You know? Even though I know
He'll be irritated with himself there. He's handed his opponent a real opportunity.
my sister might have other ideas, but at the end of the day she's got to realise
That should have been potted. I'm not
I
sure
need
how
to
he
settle
missed
down
that.
with somebody. I'm well capable of having a relationship with somebody, and I'm well capable of being a husband and being a father and having kids of my own. And if I get my health back to the way it was 20, 30 years ago, because I am only 50, I'm not like,
This isn't easy.
you know, bloody 60 or 70 year old, you know. I've got a lot of life, got a lot of living to do, and that's what I want to do,
Foul.
you know. And I
Hugo,
can't
4.
live my life if I'm living here and if I'm doing what my sister wants me to do, you know. At the end of the day, it's my life at the end of the day, you know. It's not her life, it's not her son's life, it's my life. She doesn't control her son's life, you know. She doesn't control the way he does.
Taking on the long
I
Rex
wouldn't
in
be
the corner
surprised, you know, that I wouldn't be one bit surprised
pocket. No, not this time.
if he gets married in the next year or so. I wouldn't be one bit surprised, you know. And he has kids before I have kids, you know.
Attempting to sink this into
Because
the
I can
left
see that,
corner
I can
pocket.
see that happening. I can see that happening, and same with
Beautifully done.
my other nephews and nieces, and the ones in Australia and the ones in Israel and all that shit. I can see them all having kids before I'm having, because people are just holding me back and stopping me living the life that I've wanted to live for so long, you know.
I'm not sure what happened there, but that's a
You know what I mean? People need to, including my sister and the ASTFF, need to let me live my life, you know. And I can't live my life if I'm living here. I just can't, you know. That's it. And I don't
Not
really
what
want
he
to
intended
live.
at all. That's a
I don't
poor shot.
really want to live where my two best friends
Ashley
live,
Hugo, 4.
you know.
That's
Like,
a beauty.
it'd be STAFF
shot.
there 24/7. I just don't want to live
He
there,
just wants
you know.
to slot this into the middle pocket. Down it goes.
He really looks in
You know what I
fine
mean?
form
It's
at the
just the way
moment.
it is, you know.
4.
Right, let me get on the Friday train now in a moment.
Just wants to sink this into the left corner pocket.
6.
Green ball needed here.
Damn it, I should have potted that green. This could go
Same
into
for
another
5.
frame now. This would be a disaster if it does, you know.
3.
It's gonna have to pot this blue and somehow get on the
Tough
pink,
shot coming up.
and then pot the pink and get on the black, and then somehow go for a respot. No, he's not potted the blue. Not a bad shot, but not a good shot either, because I should be able to pot this.
Ashley Hugh,
I
you're
pot this.
7.
I pot this blue, and I'll stop this game going to a respot. You know.
He just needs this blue.
I think I know that. Don't need to tell me something I don't know. You know.
No doubts about his power after that shot.
And that effectively gives him the match. No
Thank
real
you very
route
much, sir.
back in for his opponent.
Thank you very much, sir. I'll probably be back later or tomorrow
This
to
really
play
is
more
tricky.
snooker. I need to play a bit of Friday right now with my friends. All depends what he does here with the pink, but I think he'll probably concede.
The same for 5. 5. Frame conceded. Frame and match. The same for 5.
But enjoying you now, Magical. Just